Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about how to actually start your self-growth and self-development journey. This is something that I've been working on for probably the last 4 years, I'd say, but I only kind of realised that I'd actually started doing it within the last year or so. Obviously everyone's always on a path wanting to better themselves, wanting to achieve the next thing, wanting to do better, earn more money, basically just always trying to achieve more. But sometimes it's quite nice to put a name to that feeling that we have inside of us. These are just going to be some of the ways that I have found helped trying to better myself, or me trying to grow as a person, emotionally, mentally. Personal development and self-growth isn't literally just if you're getting bigger at the gym or you're trying to lose weight at the gym. It's not always necessarily measurable, but it's also your kind of mental growth. So you don't react to certain things in certain ways like you used to, or you're better at hearing other people out compared to how you used to. It's basically holding yourself accountable for the way you used to act, and instead of making yourself feel bad about it, you just have to learn from it. So I've written down on my iPad a few little things that I thought helped and maybe would help you on your self-growth and self-development journey. The way I'm going to be talking about it is more in the mental sense, so I'm trying to mentally better myself, mentally grow, mentally develop in comparison to physically. When it comes to mental health and physical health, sometimes there is stuff that's hand in hand, but for the most part in this video I will just be talking about like how to mentally develop and mentally grow. So the first thing that I've written is make a list of your energy givers and energy drainers. It's a bit of a mouthful. The reason that I think this is important is because it depends how much you need to grow as a person, but anything that is draining your energy is obviously not ideal, not something we want in our life, because we need all this energy to better ourselves. I think a good idea would be to make a list of things that when you do it give you energy, make you feel better about yourself, and things that after you've done it, you don't actually feel any better, you don't actually feel that good in your gut. Something just gives you a bit of a bad vibe, or like you leave a situation, you might have gone out with a person, done something that day and just realised actually I don't feel that great after spending time with them. So just making a little note of that just kind of helps in the back of your mind to think, okay, I don't necessarily, I'm going to prioritise doing this instead of doing this because this makes me feel better about myself than this does. This kind of leads on to my next point, which is realising what your priorities are. And as we get older and things change, our priorities change, which is totally normal and totally fine. I feel like a lot of the time people try and make us feel bad when our priorities change, but I just don't think this is the case at all. Whether that is you're in a new relationship, or you're in a new friendship, or you started a new job, or you simply just don't think that someone is right for you anymore, by lowering them in your priority list a little bit, as long as you're doing it nicely, I don't think people should make you feel bad about prioritising your priorities. Obviously the things that just aren't on your priority list anymore, kind of figure out a way to kind of close that chapter in your life, or just kind of put it to the back of your mind, because that's not something that should be taking up like mental space. And then the things that aren't up on your priority list and aren't giving you energy, these things you need to learn to say no. And I was just listening to a really good podcast literally this morning as I went on my walk. The podcast is Law of Attraction Changed My Life, and I will put a photo of the podcast episode that I listened to. And there was another one which actually I think explained saying no a bit better compared to the actual episode dedicated to it. I'll put them both on the screen. Saying no is actually one of the most empowering things you can do, and it's such a tiny thing but it makes such a difference. By learning to say no, you're respecting your boundaries, you're respecting your self-worth, you're respecting yourself. Like if you're not going to be happy doing something, then don't do it. I know obviously we can't always do exactly what we want in life, but if you can help steer it in the direction that you're able to actually create the life you want to live, then obviously that's a good thing. This could be that someone's holding an event that you think, that's not really me. There's polite ways to just be like, oh, I really hope it goes well, but I don't really think that's my vibe, like I hope you understand. I think a way to kind of go around the subject is offer an alternative. So quite recently a lot of my friends are like, oh, let's meet up and let's go for drinks, let's go clubbing, let's do this, and I'm like, it's just not really my vibe anymore. That's not me saying I'm never going to do it again, but it's just not my priority at the minute. So I'm like, oh, actually, should we meet up for some lunch? We can go up to London, we can do a bit of shopping, we can go for some nice dinner, or let's do like pottery painting, let's go on a nice walk, let's go grab coffee, let's go do this. So kind of offer alternatives, but because this person might not actually care that you don't want to do what they want to do, but at least it shows you're still making an effort with them. A helpful way to start off this process is decluttering. Decluttering your life, decluttering your room, decluttering your car, decluttering your wardrobe, literally anything. As I say, you need as much space as possible in your life to grow. You need to grow into this space. So at the minute, say if you were like a whole thing, you're being taken up by so much shit, basically. If you clear it out, suddenly the good parts of you are going to grow into this space that is you. Decluttering could also include going through who you follow or people that follow you that you don't actually necessarily want to see your stuff anymore, and removing people as followers or unfollowing. I find as well, where I've had my TikTok for a long time now, I've actually unfollowed a lot of people on there that I used to follow. A lot of creators, my interests just don't align with the content they produce anymore, so kind of calling it quits with that. Something that I've kind of recently discovered and have done a bit more research in is being in your masculine or your feminine energy. And my friend Alana literally messaged me the other day and I thought it was so cute. She said, oh my god, Darcy, you're in your feminine energy right now and I love it. Like, but I can't even remember the message that she said, but it was such a sweet message and something that I hadn't even realised that I was doing, which then caused me to do more research on it. And I don't necessarily think it's that I'm completely in my feminine energy, but I think it's the fact that I've found a nice balance. Again, Law of Attraction Changed My Life podcast, there's an episode all about being in your masculine and your feminine energy. She kind of goes in to explain in a lot better detail than I will be able to, so if this is something that you're kind of interested in, then please go and listen. I really recommend that podcast episode. But your masculine energy is pretty much your driven, motivated self, trying to better yourself. You've got goals to hit, you've got targets to reach, you've got things to do and you want to reach it, which is totally fine. It keeps you on the go, go, go mindset, which a lot of the time we're just programmed to keep going, and then our feminine energy is just feeling more, taking care of ourselves, kind of accepting and acknowledging where we are and how far we've come, and respecting ourselves, like showing ourselves love. It's not that I've just completely ruled out all my goals and all the things I want to do in my life, but it's just that I'm balancing it with self-care and I'm balancing it with slowing down, writing my thoughts out, coming to terms with where I'm at in my life at the moment. And as I say, my friend said, oh my god, you're in your feminine energy, and I don't necessarily think I'm in my feminine energy. I think I've just finally found a balance. I think I was in my masculine energy for so long. It's like, I need to earn this much, I need to get this many clients in a week, I need to grow this much on my socials, I need to do this, I need to go to the gym this many times a week, and like just not stopping. And it's taken me a second to just breathe, just stop. Previously I would have called myself a bit lazy by being like, well, what do you mean you haven't done this? Or what do you mean you haven't done this? And some people may not understand, and that's completely okay. Everyone's at their own pace in life and on their self-development journey. Realising the things that you should maybe be implementing into your life, but don't make yourself feel bad that you haven't yet started doing these things. You're on your own journey. So just kind of be like, okay, I'm glad that I'm now aware of this new approach of kind of analysing my personality and analysing my work ethic and analysing the way I live my life. I'm grateful to now know about this, so then I can try and make a conscious decision on a way to better myself, rather than, oh, I wish I did this sooner, because you can't change the past. There's no point dwelling on the past. Be grateful for what it's taught you, but you're in charge of the present, so try not to fret about it, try not to stress. Yeah, so the key thing I'd say from that, and again, do more research, or if you want me to do a full video kind of based on this topic, then I can, but just figure out what things you do in your life are in your masculine energy and what is in your feminine energy, and how you can kind of make it balanced in your life rather than more one than the other. You have to be kind to yourself, so please make sure to prioritise self-care as well, because you're mentally putting yourself through a lot by wanting to better yourself. So make sure that you are taking time to chill, make sure you are taking time to have a little breather so that you're actually enjoying this process rather than just kind of bullying yourself into trying to be better, because then you're not going to enjoy it. I think a good way as well is to just try new things, because it may be that you think, oh, I work and then I sit on my phone and I don't really do much with my spare time, so it might be that you want to start being a bit more creative, so you join a painting class, or you go pottery painting, or you try new things such as you go and start a pole dancing class. I don't know. I know quite a few people that have started a pole dancing class. We're so used to just doing and reaching targets numerically that we usually kind of belittle our creative side that we have. So making sure that you're doing things that brings out your inner child, that brings out your creative side, is just so important to keeping your brain functioning. Because again, it's all about balance. Life is all about balance. Maybe it doesn't even have to necessarily be a hobby, but I would quite like to start a book club, because I feel like I'll be surrounded by like-minded people. We kind of have the same interests. It's a productive use of my time compared to just sitting and scrolling on my phone. Or, I don't know, joining a sport club that you always used to love when you were younger, or getting a notebook and a pen, and if you used to love writing, start writing again. Maybe it's literally just journaling, or maybe you want to write stories, or maybe you want to draw in this book. I don't know, but I feel like you can't go wrong with literally having a notebook and pen by your side at all times. I want to say as well that the fact that you're wanting to start this journey is so exciting. It's something to be proud of as well. Some people are so unaware of themselves, so emotionally unaware. They don't have any self-awareness. And the fact that you are wanting to start on this journey is literally incredible, because some people will never get to this point. So big pat on the back for you. If you have any questions, then please just follow my socials and drop me a message, or comment on this video, or go and watch some of my other videos. They may answer your questions. I think as well, and this is something that I need to do, so I'm a bit hypocritical by putting this in, but when it was the 10/10 portal, so the 10th of October, I for some reason started journaling and was writing along the topic of kind of forgiving myself and letting my previous self go. Okay, I was that person, but I'm not her anymore. I forgive all the people that upset me when I was that person. I forgive myself for the disrespect I gave myself when I was that person. I forgive myself for the way I treated people when I was that person, and just starting fresh, just journaling it out, because I feel like I'm in my early 20s now, and I'm just such a different person to who I was in my teens. Even when I was 18, 19, I'm such a different person at 21. It's okay to change. It's okay to be on a different journey to everyone around you. It's okay to be different to some of your friends. It's okay to not have the same interests as people anymore. So just forgiving yourself for everything, and be ready to become a new person, become a better person, so that any of the things that you're a bit annoyed at yourself previously for doing, you're like, okay, I can learn from that and I'm not going to do that again. So it's teaching you something, it's teaching you how to be a better person, so you just can't beat yourself up too much. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I'm sorry that I'd kind of left it 2 weeks in between posting. I did have a vlog that I'd filmed, but I wasn't happy with it, and I don't want to put out content that I'm not 100% happy with. I'm going to try and refilm when I have the house to myself one evening, and I want to do a cozy evening vlog, spend the evening with me, self-care evening. So if that is something you would like to see, then please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment and subscribe, and follow me on all my other socials. I'm a lot more active on there. You get to know a bit more of my personality on there. I post a lot of self-care content over on my TikTok. I love TikTok at the minute, so come over and chat with me on there. I wish you so much love and luck on your little journey of bettering yourself and becoming the best version of you that you possibly can be. If you want me to make more videos on this kind of topic, or want me to go into more detail about anything, then I can 100% do that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, and yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye!